Greetings to all melanated people all around the world. It's given me a great joy and pleasure to be greeting you out here in nature and to bring a message of liberation, a message of emancipation to you. Now let me say to those who would normally hear me address melanated people, I have no prejudice against anyone based on the color of their skin or against any race. Only that our people need to be educated concerning their spirituality and their true identity because they were miseducated, and basically that's all I am doing. I am interpreting the Bible in a way to uplift them and for them to come to their true identity. Now, with all of that being said, I want to speak to you on the funeral trickery, and I want to show you how, because the Bible been misinterpreted to black people for them to believe that it is secular history, the gospel that has been brought to them, it is one based on fair. And so, because it is one based on fair and not a gospel based on love, and the gospel is supposed to be the good news, in a way to get these churches to be filled with people who are afraid of death, hell, the grave, the devil, and do not understand that the Bible addresses the human mind and that the Bible must be interpreted psychologically and not literally, because the Bible is not secular history. So basically the Bible records the imagination of man, and the central theme of the Bible is the Christ, and the Christ is speaking of the creative power in man. So I'm pointing you to look to the Creator within you, and those who are using fear, they are pointing you to believe in a God outside of yourself, or a creative power outside of yourself. And Luke 17:21 tells you that you must not allow anyone to say, lo, he's here, or lo, he's there, speaking of your own human imagination. Okay? But when it says he, it is just a personification. It is just a personification because everything's happened in the mind of man. So let me get straight to my point. So all of these preachers use the pulpit to get money out of people and membership. So they use the death of your loved one to bring to you a gospel affair. And so the whole funeral thing have become a business, starting with the certificate that you have to have for the dead. So basically your birth, whereby you have to obtain a birth paper, it's a business. Marriage, also it's a business. And many people believe that you can sign a piece of paper and have legal rights to have sex, when you do not have to sign a piece of paper to drink water or eat food, and it's the same natural desire. And so the death of your loved one, it's also a business. So you have to pay for the death certificate, then the funeral home is doing business off of you too. And then people put themselves in unnecessary debt to buy expensive casket. When we're born into this world naked, so it's naked we're born and it's naked we're supposed to go. And that is why I believe instruction when I depart this world. Because naked I came into this world and naked I am going to leave. And no preacher will ever have the pleasure of ever preaching any sermon over me. And you know, to be honest with you, when I look around in our society, and I see people who are claiming to be conscious, like especially the Rasta men and so on. And many times when they die, the loved ones take them in these churches, and these preachers will use all of these long sermons over them to scare the people. Yet they have to pay money for this to take place. So the whole funeral thing is a business, and it's tradition, and we have to free our minds from these empty traditions that are keeping us in a state of mental slavery. So the whole political and tax system is there to extort money from you, and then there's the church system extorting money also from you. Because someone leaving the scene, they don't need money, they don't need clothes, they don't need anything. Yet these preachers, these money hungry preachers, they're charging the people so much money to speak nonsense over their loved ones. We who are more enlightened, we are the ones who have to break these foolish traditions. We have to stand up and speak. We have to speak up, speak out against these things. That's the reason why I don't like to go to funerals. And if I go to someone's funeral out of respect, I don't want to ever go and sit in a church, because I will open my mouth and speak in the church when the preacher start speaking foolishness. And they always choose certain scriptures to bring fear upon the people. So, my brothers and my sisters, the message I want to bring across to you: let us be more wise in the things that we do, and let us not continue to breed ignorance by supporting the church system. As much as we can do to avoid supporting the church system, let us do it. That is why I'm bringing across to you the whole funeral trickery. Okay? So there are certain things that isn't necessary, like these lying preachers, and these preachers are so deceptive. Everyone who dies, when they finish speaking over them, they put them in some heaven, you know. And I remember quite vividly a preacher in this country who would have died from AIDS, HIV, who was a homosexual. And I can guarantee you, because I didn't go to the funeral, I can guarantee you that preacher or the pastor didn't have any bad thing to say about that man. So if you want to hear how deceitful and how hypocritical a preacher can be, give them a funeral service, or give them a so-called marriage, which is not even real. And you will realize how compromising and how lying they are, and how they don't speak the truth. So my brother, my sister, that's really basically what I want to get across to you. We have to be more conscious of what we're doing. I wouldn't have any church service over me. I wouldn't have anyone speaking any foolishness over me. And I believe instructions concerning how I leave, when I leave, what to be done. So with that being said, my brother, my sister, I want to give you this sign of the eye, the one eye, the sign that they are afraid of, and it's written in Matthew 6:22. It says, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. Before I leave you, I want to encourage you to support my books. They're on Amazon, and I will always link in the description for you to check them out. And to use the creative power consciously. So with that being said, I want to thank you very much. I want to say to you, always remember the law of sowing and reaping. Peace. Love you. I'm out.